Hello, my dear photographers. Welcome to another amazing episode of the Magic Mind podcast. Like I always say, this podcast is designed for photographers looking to expose their minds to, new information and ideas. We have beautiful conversations here talking about photography industry, mindset, finance, pricing, everything that has to do with your career as a photographer. So in this episode, I have the maestro in the house. One thing I love to do is when I want to bring a friend on board, I make sure the person is someone that has vast experience, that has been doing this for quite a while, that have made mistakes in the past and can also teach us, from his vast experience. So today, in this episode, I have Toby of HONTEZEE Photography, HONTEZEE Photography International worldwide. Welcome to Magic Mind podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. So glad to have you here, and I'm sure you have a lot to tell us today because I know what you carry and I know where you are coming from. I think we met, when we met, with Mofe. This is 2015.
2015, yes.
Wow, that's almost 8 years ago.
Yeah,
you don't do this thing, So it's amazing to have you. Welcome again to Magic Mind podcast. So in this episode, we'll be talking about finances. I understand that finances is a very crucial part of every business, actually. So finances is a very key part of every business, and photography is also a business. Even though I feel like a lot of photographers don't picture it as a business. They tend to just look at it as an hobby, but actually it's a business. And talking about finances, I believe is very, very important. A lot of photographers don't understand that it's one thing to understand being a good photographer. Then it's also another thing to understand how to run a business. And if you don't run your finances the right way, I really don't think you can run your business the right way. Because your finance is the flesh, this fuel of your business, of your brand and everything. So that's what we're talking about in today's episode. So my brother, Auntie, what do you say about finances? Can you give me a little bit of backstory? Maybe like how you started, specifically in the area of your finances in your business. Were you able to get it right early, or just give me a flow with me?
Well, finances to me is very important, and the sole goal of every business is to make profits. Or although starting as a photographer or starting a business, most people don't put finances first. They don't put profits first. They try to build a business, and along the line, you learn finances and you know how to manage your finances, how to increase it. So when I started photography, it was it was not really a business, but it transpired from hobby to business because I was just doing it. I never knew they even charged to take pictures. Oh, wow. Then I just took my HOD in school then, and he gave me money. I was surprised. Why are you giving me money? And he told me, don't you know you're meant to charge people when you take pictures? I said, are you serious? Then I went to Google, the business of photography. That was how I started as a business. That was how it transpired from hobby to business. So one challenge, let me run very fast. One challenge I think I faced when I started photography was that I was making money, but I was not seeing the money. Proper documentation. We can just kickstart like that. Proper documentation. So I was making money. So at the end of the day, at the end of the month, I couldn't account for the money. But I was making money. I was making profits. Then I was reading sometimes on one of the ebooks on Google, and I read some things about finances, separating your funds. That helped me a lot. Then whenever I get a job, I'll separate everything. Production costs come to these accounts. Profits come to these accounts. Outsourcing money. If I'm going to pay somebody or I'm going to hire someone else, I'm going to put it in this particular account. So I had 3 accounts. By the way, yeah, 3 separate bank accounts, and then it's even 4 because the 4th one was for investment. Because out of your profits, you pay yourself, you pay utility bills, you buy gears when you need to. Then there is the one for investment. So separating your funds is very important. That helped me a lot. There should be funds limited to capital expenditure and investment, day-to-day running. Don't put all your funds together. You are going to muddle everything up.
That's true.
So that really helped me a lot. I was able to separate my funds. I was able to track it. I was able to see, I was giving myself timeline. In my, not really an office, my space then, I had a board because I studied engineering. I studied mechanical engineering, and there was something we did in engineering economics, and there was a pie chart. No, there was a bar chart that in January this is the profits. Once it goes, I draw it. Yes.
Really?
Once it goes down, it's going down. So I'm under pressure. You are not making profits. You are not making profits. You are not making profits. So that really helped me a lot. And going again in finance, there's something about we can talk about saving your money. There's another thing about managing your money. Managing finances is very important, very, very important. Yes, and there are times and there are stages. And we can't be too comfortable with the space we are in or the particular money we are making now. We have to long for more. Yeah. We have to think of new investment strategies, investment methodologies, and there are a lot out there, and a lot of people don't really know, because photography is not like when you're an investment banker, when you're a consultant, when you're an auditor, where you need to do this, you need to do ACCA, you need to do CFA, you learn. But like photography, you just see, you don't need to learn too much. You can learn. You can update yourself all the time. If you make the profit, you make the profit. So it now takes you yourself to actually long for learning, long for prosperity, long for something more. So you need to study a lot. You need to think about investment ideas. So then my brother is really instrumental in my life when it comes to investment. Then I knew about treasury bills. I knew about mutual funds and all like that. I knew about, my money not just sitting there in my account. I need to find a way of actually doubling up money and all like that. Then I now started a mutual fund. Mutual fund was very good before. Now it's now about 9.8%. Then mutual fund was 15% per annum. 15% per annum. So any money I have, I put there. I was living basically on the interest I get. And then mutual fund pays every month.
So 15% monthly?
No, per annum.
Oh, okay.
15% per annum, yes. But the money, you get the interest every month. Oh. So you divide 15% by 12, you get that interest every month. So the interest was my living cost. I was not going to spend my profit. I was going to spend my interest. That's all basically. So find a way to actually do all these things. Don't and Alhaji Aliko Dangote said something. He said the problem with Nigerian entrepreneurs or business people is that we spend our projected income. Oh, this money is coming. Oh, I have this money. Oh, they are booked for 10 shoots. Oh, they are booked for 5 shoots. You are spending already in your head. You're already spending it. Rather strategize. When this money comes, okay, where am I putting it? I'm putting it in this investment. I'm putting it in this. It might not be so easy for a lot of people. I understand people have you have parents, you have to send money, you have a lot of expenses and all like that. But in everything, still try to manage your funds very well. It will go in.
And I was going to ask that, because one key thing I'm picking from what you are saying is that when you earn money, don't only focus on using the money in the business. Try to find external opportunities of where you can put the money to, increase the rates and all that. So, and I really don't think we have a lot of photographers that invest. I myself, yes, I invest, but I'm not proud of myself, to be honest. So, because we tend to invest more in gears, the latest cameras, lenses, and and I find out now Z8 is out now. My eyes is in it. I don't know. So I imagine taking that cost, the cost of buying Z8 and using it for a kind of investment. So I want to ask this: can you give me much more details on investment that is easy for an average man? Because when people hear these things that you say, treasury bill, it's for they feel it's for professionals. Investment that an average entrepreneur that might be earning just a bit. Because when we talk investment, I strongly believe it's not just about when you you have millions. Even if it's just a few hundreds of thousands you can start with. Still, even if it's 50,000, just build. So can you go deeper in this particular investment? Because I want to invest.
Okay, the first one I'm going to say, I know a lot of people are going to shout, but it's real estate. See, real estate is the future of the world. And you don't need to have so much. There are a lot of companies that have offered different ways you can invest in real estate. There's something called co-ownership. 10 people can come together to buy a land. You don't necessarily have to look for the people. There are a lot of companies. There's there's Prime Ridge, there's a Ridgewell and the likes. And you can invest. You can do a co-ownership kind of thing. You can do co-ownership at as low as 100,000.
And
500,000.
they'll be interested.
Yes, 1 million. There are companies that do that. I can recommend Prime Ridge. There's this real estate, co-ownership in real estate. And again, let's talk about, I know real estate is the future of the world. I really need to focus. Let me tell you something. One of my friends bought a land for 1 million naira in Abuja 2 years ago. And now somebody is pricing it for 5 million naira. No investment in this life. I mean, no investment. In fact, the treasury bill, the mutual bond, buy dollar, buy 1 million naira dollar. In 2 years cannot give you that kind of, how many percent? Close to 500% interest. So those are things you can do. And I mean, when we talk about real estate, you have to be very careful because there are a lot of scammers out there now. There are a lot of, I mean, even if you are buying that kind of land, you need to be strategic. You need to think, I mean, what location am I buying it? All those things like that. So you need to think very well. So co-ownership is the way to go. And if you have friends, you can come together to. A land is 10 million naira. If we're 10 or 1 million, let's bring it together. Let's buy this land. Let's just leave it for the next 5 years. And there's a way co-ownership works. It mitigates risk. Imagine you are buying this land. It's a risk. But when it's co-owned, 10 people, you have shared the risk.
Yes.
You have shared the risk. Imagine you having the 10 million you put inside. Yeah. And I mean, the land doesn't yield value in 5 years. But when there's co-ownership, that is there. There are other little things you can do. There was one business somebody introduced me to some years ago, buying cars abroad, bringing it to Nigeria, partly accidented cars, work on them and resell. Started with somebody, gradually. The man that we started together, I mean, I wasn't really into the business, but the man made a lot of progress. He started with just 2 Corollas. And he started bringing a lot of cars. Then how much was, these cars were not so expensive then. This was around like 2019, 2020. So these are little businesses you can do. I mean, it might sound too big, but you can start from mutual funds. You can start from treasury. There are a lot of companies that even buy bonds. I know like an entity cannot buy bonds, but like there are a lot of companies, SFX, there are a lot that can buy bonds on your behalf and you buy into their bonds. And some offer 14%.
Which one be SFX?
SFX is a company. SFX Capital. I mean, they are into like treasury bills, so mutual funds. You can buy bonds from them. They offer 14%.
14% interest.
Yes.
Annual.
Yes, annual.
That's not bad,
I know, that's not bad.
Wow.
That's not bad. So I mean, those are little things you can do. Little things, photographers, I understand. We need the big gears, we need everything, but try to like manage your money. Don't put everything into gears. You can achieve a lot with the little you have. I'm not saying you should not upgrade, you can upgrade, but gradually separate your funds and try to give yourself maybe like in 1 year, I want to get this. Don't put yourself under pressure, because if we put ourselves under pressure, we can't finish buying the gears.
No, it's never enough. And one thing I picked, you said earlier was,
yes,
do not spend your projected income.
Yes.
This one is tough because a lot of us photographers picture projected income as current income.
Yes.
I'm a victim of it. We picture projected income as current in a way that the moment I want to do something like, oh, this client has promised to make this booking, so I just add it to the expense, and it's really bad because we tend to use the money for the business in the business only. Yes, the money for the business belongs to the business. Yes. So I feel a significant portion has to go back to the business, like gears, like office, like whatever thing you do to run your business. But opening one's mind to opportunities to build one's finance, because the original purpose of this session was even to talk about how to manage the money. But I like what you took us to. Yeah. That it's not just about keeping money. Yes. The first thing is to separate your money.
Yes.
Like have an account for investment, have an account for like a running account.
Yes,
I think.
Yes.
Then
productions.
Oh, production and running is kind of
productions. Let's say like the money you would use to finish a job.
Okay, like album.
Yes, like album. Okay. Like you need to buy a flash drive, put it aside. You need to outsource for people that would work for you.
Or something.
Yes, outsource. I mean, put that separately. Then put your profits. Then put your running costs. Then another one for your investments. And there's another one, but we don't really do it in Nigeria. It's emergency funds. Some people keep money for emergency. Like whatever, if an emergency comes down, but we don't really do that. Some people separate money for their health. We don't really take health insurance serious in Nigeria. But like yes, so like some people separate funds that way, but like I've limited it to about 3 or 4 different parts where you can separate your funds, and it will really help us a lot.
Wow. Finances is key, because this direction of investment is even touching me small. Because I invest. People should not think I'm just blowing. I do invest, but I feel like it all starts from our thinking. It all starts from the way we picture money, the way we understand money, and the way we use it. Because a lot of people believe that it's only people that make big money, that make a lot of money, that can have right to make certain decisions about money. But if you are not making multi-millions, you don't need to have any kind of financial discipline. You can still be reckless until and you find that it will be so hard to make that multi, because it is from that thousands, let me just put it that way, that you build to the level of million. Like for me, I have an investment I did I think it's 2.5 years ago, and that investment has tripled now, more than one, in land, also in forex. And when the last time I checked, because I didn't have access to the account for a while because of all this, I changed my device. So just a few weeks ago, I opened it, I saw, this is what I have. Even when I slept through that night, like, you are not doing so bad, because I forgot about it. It's still something I did almost 3 years ago. I didn't even remember for a point in my life. I said, I have these things here. Let me check it. And so I understand the power of investment, but I want us to go this way now. But I want us to talk to photographers that are actually still growing. That if you say real estate, I understand. I heard there's this brand called Cordu Realty. They do something, I don't know if you've heard of Cordu Realty. They do this co-ownership thing. They even say for as low as 20,000 can be a co-owner. Yes, but when it comes to real management, because I feel like this thing you just said about spreading the account, separating everything, it all starts from management. That's understanding how to handle your money.
Yes,
is the first.
Yes,
because I wanted to say someone that can manage one's money well is one that we have something to invest in the first place. We a lot of photographers tend to live hand to mouth. Even when I say hand to mouth, doesn't mean they are not earning. It's just lifestyles. They just, if the money comes in, they sort what they have to do in that period, wait for the next one, sort what they, and it's important that we teach photographers how the importance of separating money. Now I want you to go deeper on the mistakes you made in the past. If you can even give me 1 or 2 real experiences about what you've been through, about because you didn't do it this way, this is what you experienced, or this was like the consequence of your actions.
So I will start like this. Before I said like separating funds, money management is very important. You might not be making a lot now. As at when my allowance was about 10K per month, there was saving for it. I denied myself of a lot of things. So another thing that can, I know then is actually different from now, because things have changed, things are more expensive and all like that. Try to limit your spending. If this is taking, you can look good, you need to buy clothes, but you don't need to buy those very expensive clothes. And I believe that's the mistake a lot of people make. Don't let anybody pressure you. You will get the money. If you can't buy it now, you buy it later. So try to limit what you spend on. Limit what you spend on. If I know, like, if you spend money too much on like buying food, try to cook the food. Try to like limit a lot of where you spend. If you don't have a car yet and you're going somewhere, if using the metro or the BRT or the likes would make you spend less, try it, explore that option. There are people that might not be able to try it because they have the finances, they have the credit flow, but try to like limit all these things, because that actually helped me in the past. I knew how to limit things. I was very strict with money because I was still like building building wealth. Let me say, still like building wealth.
Now there's wealth.
By God's grace, very deep. By God's grace, there's wealth. So I would say again, I know there are a lot of photographers or creatives that are not making what they want at the moment. Be calm. Do like this. Calm down. Rome was not built in a day. So be calm. Money will come. Focus on the creativity. Focus on how to make your pictures better. Look at the people in your space, the creatives in your space you are looking up to. Look at what they are doing. You can walk close to some of them. What is this person doing that I'm not doing? So try to, by that way, and collaborations too. I know it might be hard for grown photographers that are grown now to do collaborations back to back. Maybe they do like once in a year. That can help you too. So when you do that, gradually people start calling you for jobs, and the little you have, try to like save. And a mistake I think I made in the past then was that I did not know how to manage money. Then I didn't know how to manage money. So any profits I get, it just goes. I don't know. I was telling somebody very close to me, he got a car recently. Then he was saying, I said, why can't you buy a car? I said, car, where will I see the money? I said, okay, let's do something. Separate your funds, the same strategy, and start keeping this money. He bought a car of 2.5 million at the end of like 1 year. I said, wow. He said, even me, he said in pidgin that even me, I don't believe if he saved this money. You don't believe so some of us actually have money, but there are some termites eating the money because might be on food, might be on clothes. Some people are complaining they don't have money. Go and check their wardrobe.
Yes.
Their wardrobe is richer than yours.
Yes.
So be very careful, be very like strategic. I mean, I'm still bringing it down to how to be strict about your money, how to keep proper management. You can learn how to use Excel if you don't want to write. Learn how to use Excel. Everything is on your phone now. Just put it there. Put out your spending. There was a time I was doing it weekly. Anything I spend in a week, I put it down. I'm overspending. I need to reduce my spending. What is taking my money? This is taking my money. We need to cut down on this. We need to cut down on that. So for creatives who are still growing, I understand you are not making that income you want to make now, but it's baby steps, gradually. Real Magic started from somewhere. I remember then when we were interning with Mofe, I used to come from Ota down to Ogba. I know like you were working there and you will still come on Saturday to work. So gradually. I mean, if you are taking the right steps, you can never be lesser than what you were yesterday. You are going up gradually. In the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you are even far more than where you project yourself. And again, what I would say again, we can't see everything yet. Read more books on finances. Read more books on like money. There are a lot of authors out there that would teach you how to invest. Everything is on Google. In fact, everything is free. There is nothing that is not free.
And even download free books.
Free book. Do on YouTube. Check everything. How to manage money. Little. I can't see about a lot of businesses you can do. Little things you can do just to make money. Little things you can try to do. During COVID, let me just give this last example about how we can. During COVID, businesses were down. In fact, for a photographer, that was the only business. Businesses were down. And I was like, wow, is this going to continue like this? I need to sustain myself. Then I started cooking. I make food. Bought from our restaurant. Yes. I started cooking. Yes. Transferred into business. Gradually. People started making orders. So these are little things you can actually think about. Not only as a photographer. As a photographer, think about retirement plan. What will I be doing at the age of 60? If there's no other thing you can do, how am I saving towards retirement? I will give birth. How will I train my children? That's the essence of investment. Because at the end of the day, a lot of us at 50, 60 want to retire.
Yes, now
at 50, I can't be carrying camera at 50 now. I want one investment. I'll just be sleeping and money is entering and all like that. My company can still be there. I can have staff that will be running the business and all like that. So, advice to like upcoming photographers. I know talking about this might be a little bit challenging for you because we're really talking about finances, and I don't really want you guys to focus 100% of finances because you lose the creativity side. You lose everything will just be about money. There are a lot of things you have to do for free. I know you have done a lot of things for free. You need to do a lot of things for free to make that. It might be somebody. I mean, somebody can just get your contact today and give you that job and give you that contract tomorrow. So when you get that contract, remember everything we have said about separating your funds, about managing your money, about investment and all like that. It will go a long way in actually helping us.
I think it all starts with discipline. That's like the foundation of it all. And wealth doesn't come in a day. Wealth is built. So you build it's like building a house. The same way you start with the foundation, you get to the roofing. You don't build a house in a day. It's not possible. It doesn't exist. Like you build a house in 24 hours. you build it over time. So people don't understand that they have to build. Photographers should understand that. That's why an average photographer doesn't even. I don't think an average photographer believes he can buy a house. I'm telling you, an average photographer will just it's like too far-fetched. It's like that picture of me owning a house or buying a brand new car, and it's possible.
Very possible.
It's just brand. I wanted to say brand. Sorry, it's just management, and it starts from discipline, from that little, because it's from that little that you build. The truth is, what I have today as a person is literally what I've been building. It's not what I earned today, or the money I earned last month, or the money I earned even this year. No, even last year. What I have today is a combination of everything I've been putting together for years. So I built it. It's not like maybe the income I've made in 2023 is all I own. That'll be, so I built it. So people need to understand. Accumulated. You have to accumulate wealth. You don't just get wealth in a day. Who will book you for? Let me not say we book you for. Anything can happen. But you get what I'm trying to say. It won't just land in your head. You have to build it. It takes discipline. Oh, very key. Thank you for that. So finance, for me, is like a core. It's a core when it comes to building your life generally. It's not even just about being a photographer. Yes, we are talking to our fellow photographers and creatives here in this podcast, but I know finance is a core, because finance also determines mood sometimes. Anytime I'm broke like this, I'm not even creative. I'm not even in a good mood. I'm not excited to do my clients' work.
It's the driving force.
Oh my God, finance is money is key. But one thing I would say to that is what you said. Is you have to focus on the creativity first, because that is what brings the money that you will want to manage in the first place. And I've met a lot of photographers that are so bent on money, even at the early stage of their career, in a way that they monetize everything. They don't consider long-term benefit. They don't consider people. They don't consider relationships. Some of them have not even gotten to anywhere, but they just pay me. Just pay me. For me to lift my leg, you pay me. For me to lift my arm, you pay me. And they find out that they lose on bigger opportunities. Even till now, I still do free jobs. Now, I still shot a free job 4 weeks ago. Because I'm still building networks. I'm not just here saying, I'm Rare Magic. No, I'm still building network. In fact, the free job I shot, it cost me money because I wasn't there, so I had to pay someone to shoot a free job. Can you imagine that? Because I'm building networks. I'm not just sitting there and say, I'm Rare Magic if they don't pay. No, because that is what keeps you going. So me building networks, paying someone to shoot a free job is still an investment, because I know what I will eventually get from that network I'm building. So we need to understand that money is just a tool. It's not really an asset like that. Of course, I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. Money is a tool. It's just like a screwdriver. So what you use it for is what matters. So the place of separating your funds, very crucial. This thing you said, I've made the mistakes. That idea of putting all your money in one place. Oh my God, I've done it. And you will just look at past 3 months. I've shot like 7 weddings now, and you'll be wondering, where did this money go? You will be like, even sometimes you didn't even spend on bogus things, but because you don't just track it, you still can't trace how you spent it. Then I'll be telling my guy, but I did not buy clothes now. Please, not just normal food, DSTV, maybe prepaid meter, basic, but still, you still find like I still overspent because there's no tracking. So the place of tracking is key until tracking financial, because the little times I've done it, I found out that sometimes you don't even know where you're spending money until you track it. When you not trace it in a long, like you look at it in 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, you see that, so I spent this much on data. Data, for example, that's one of the like we call it cankerworm, because people just use data anyhow, and they find out that they spend in hundreds of thousands in a very short period. I don't even want to say how much I spent. I don't want to say how much I spend on data, and people need to understand that money is just a tool. So you have to track it, understand where your money is going, then you build from there. You build from there. Thank you so much, Auntie. Thank you so much, Auntie. So photographers, you see, we can't really touch on a lot of things when it comes to finance, because finance is a very wide topic. But I want to say something that HONTEZEE said. Read books, guys. Read books. See, the people that got it right, they don't have the talent to get it right. See what HONTEZEE is saying here. It's not like he said when he was a small boy, he just understood money. I know now. No. We studied it, and you learn it. All these things is learned. The same way you are learning photography. The same way, the way you can shoot today is better than the way you used to shoot yesterday. It's the same way you can become a better manager. Because the moment you master how to manage money, you grow. Because you grow. It's like a seed. You keep building on it from investment to cost of production. There's a time in my career where I shoot weddings, and when it's time to deliver the album, I will take money from another client's work to go and pay. Imagine. Clients will pay you, they are not owing you. They will not be, where's my album? You spend the money, so you now start looking for another money because there's no structure. So we need to understand that you learn these things. When you learn these things, you apply them.
Yes.
Then you get the best results.
Okay, let me add one more thing. Another strategy that can help you maximize profits, maybe not now or in the future. As early as possible, document your business. Have your CAC registration, have your tax clearance, have all those things ready. Have a website if possible. I know there are lots you can have on Pixelset. Yeah. If possible, have it. Because any opportunity that can come anytime, and the opportunity must meet preparation. There was a job we're about to do for somebody, somewhere, and they said I should send an email. And they said for me to send an email, it has to be like, I don't know how they call it, a company email. That means Toby@hontezeestudios.com. That they will not want Gmail, or if I can't, and I have to send it the next 1 hour. If I can't send that, it's an international body, and they were going to pay in dollars, and they can't do Gmail because of all these scams and all like that. And document your business as fast as possible. Have a better portfolio and all those things like that. Do it very fast, because opportunity can come tomorrow, it can come next week. Oh, do you have this? It might be a government contract.
Do you have a website?
And they want to give you in the next 1 day or 2 days. Do you have a website? Do you have your registration? Send us a registration and all like that. So I think with this is going to help us.
This thing happened to me when I was in Jos for Upgrade Africa. So that's like 2 months ago.
Okay.
And I got a call for an opportunity in Abuja. And I had to run out and call my graphics designer. Please, I need to I need to do portfolio for me. Imagine, I give you 30 minutes. Let's do a portfolio. And I said, no. I wasn't prepared. That's the honest. I wasn't prepared for that one. Even though I wasn't ready, but I wasn't prepared for that one. I had to thank God I was able to meet up.
Yeah.
And it was because I have access to people. If I didn't have access to people that can quickly make it happen, because I was in the middle of the class. If not, I had someone that could design it for me. That's how I would have lost that chance to complete that application in that moment. So it's important that we understand structure. Finance too is structure, So having a website, structure. A lot of photographers believe there are some things that are for big photographers, some things that are not for small. It's a lie. It's all the same. The day the opportunity comes, you won't know. Even us, all of us are looking for fresh opportunities. It never ends, So preparing for these times, very key. Prepare and manage your finance. Have structured business in the place of CAC. I even said it in my last workshop. I don't think you should have a business that is not registered. And thousands of people do that. How can you not register your business? Oh my God. Have you guys registered your business? Yeah, business is cheap now. Very cheap, easy. You get it in less than 2 weeks. Register your business, pay tax. And if you pay your tax, you pay easy. If you start to pay yourself, you pay simple, nothing to, cut neck, and that way you grow. Because I found out that real growth is an action. It's not an experience. Growth is an answer. People think you will just grow naturally. When money start coming, you'll be able to make the right decision. But it's a big lie. You have to start making that decision to attract the money that you're looking for. Then from there, you build, and you get to where your destination is. Thank you so much, HONTEZEE. Is there any other thing you'd like to tell us before we get everything now? Yeah. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Magic Mind Podcast. Please try to rewatch this thing, learn the key points that was discussed here, and apply it. Don't just learn it. Apply it in your life. Apply it in your business, in your career. The rules and the principles that was talked about, it's not just applicable to photographers. You can be anything. You can apply it in any facet of your life, and I'm sure it will work for you. Thank you so much for joining us in this episode. See you guys in the next episode. Cheers.